did you become involved in the mentoring program at Baldwin High School?
Mrs. Banhazel, who actually was here when I went to school, approached me down when I was in the middle school, asked me would I be like to be involved in a program like this, and I jumped at the opportunity. My first mentee that I had, Josiah Wood-Smith, actually graduated 2 years ago, and now is a sophomore at Quinnipiac University. I felt this was a great program where I could help kids get better, be there for kids, and have an understanding for what kids go through. A lot of times, we don't know what kids go through when they're not in school, when they're not in front of you. But I just wanted to be there and basically be a role model for these individuals, for these 5 individuals that I have this year.
How did you select your mentor?
I selected my mentor because my first year when I first walked into gym, I had Mr. Burton, and he asked me, "Are you Brittany Willis?" which is my sister. He asked me if I'm Brittany Willis' sister, and I said yes. And then also we just connected like that, and I knew that I would get along with him automatically because he's just not like any adult like that's just like don't want to be bothered with nobody. He actually had a connection with me, so since then me and him had a great connection since my 9th.
It's actually a pretty funny story. When I was younger, a lot younger, I was the ball boy for the basketball team. I was always involved with Burton as, he was a coach. When I was young, I went to camps, and I was always involved. I became the ball boy, and ever since that point, I grew up with Burton by my side. So, it's kind of like even before he was my actual mentor, me and him had a close connection.
I selected my mentor. I actually went to one of Burton's camps, and I won MVP, and one of his assistant coaches was talking to me. So then when the school year came around, I went to Mrs. Banhazel and requested Burton to be my mentor.
I selected my mentor because I was in a competition with one of my close friends, and we were trying to see who Burton would like the best, and that's how me and Burton got closer. So I actually decided to just make him my mentor.
I went to one of his camps and I found it very enjoyable, and my mom and my sister knew him before I was born, so that just made me want to pick him because I already knew him before, so it was kind of easy just to say, "Can you be my mentor?"
How has becoming a mentee affected your life?
Well, it's just good to know that you have someone there for you, and it's good to have a voice of reason from someone who's experienced, and you can't always go to your parents sometimes. There's situations where you may be uncomfortable or you can't reach them at the time, and it's good to have someone in the school, someone that's always available to you to make sure they're staying on top of you, because you always need that extra voice of reason, because people sometimes they don't know what's best for you. So it's good to have someone who's really on your side, who's really supporting you, and that'll help you out whenever you need it.
It affects me very much because it's like when I'm at home, I have a parent, and when I'm at school, I have a parent, because Burton, he will like actually tell me the truth, like tough love type situation. So like I know that I could depend on him to actually tell me if I'm wrong and if I'm right, rather than going to a friend and they can tell me anything or lie to me. Yeah, I would rather have the truth than somebody lie to me.
Becoming a mentee has affected my life because it gives someone to help me out besides my parents, because sometimes like what your parents say gets repetitive, and then when a mentor says it, it like actually makes you notice that you actually have to do what you have to do, and my mentor helps me make better choices.
It's made me a better person. I think I smile more. Burton definitely brings out the best in you. If I'm having a bad day, I can go in his office and just sit there, and as I'm sitting there, he'll say something that lights up my whole entire day. So after that moment, it's just like nothing has ever happened to me.
Do you have any specific stories between you and your mentor?
Is that I'm going to JV basketball into the spring after season. He asked me to do the spring league with the varsity team, and honestly I was pretty excited because I didn't know that he thought I had potential like that, and it made me feel like I was a better basketball player than what I actually was, and it got me to get a little better, and I had more experience with the older people on the team.
I was really down one day, and I was thinking my friends were going to be there for me, but it seemed like nobody went to hear me out. And Burton even had class the time that I was feeling really down. And I came to him, and he told me that I was really upset. He even stopped his class to put me to the side to make sure that I was doing better. And all he had to do was give me a big hug and tell me everything was going to be all right, and I felt so much better.
One time was when we had a huge argument, and usually I hold grudges, but the next day in the office, he just came out and just started laughing. And I just thought, what is wrong with him? Like, we just had a fight. And he just said, I'm sorry first. And I thought that was like, no adult says sorry first. So I apologized, and then that was just like the end of it. And ever since then, I don't think I've ever wanted to disrespect or say something wrong to him just for that.
Do you have any specific stories that have been taking place between you and your mentee?
Like I said, I could be here all day, but you know, all my mentees, we have great relationships. All my mentees have, you know, different problems that they've come to me with, and we've basically solved all of them, you know, knock on wood. They know that if there's an issue, don't handle it themselves, they know to come to me. They know I'm the home away from the home, you know. Obviously their parents are number one, but if it's in school and they can't get to their parents, they know they can come and talk to me at any time. And we're going to try to resolve the situation the right way and not the wrong way.
Would you encourage your colleagues to join the mentoring program at Baldwin High School?
Definitely. I think the reason why teachers pick this profession is that they have to love kids. They have to have a passion to teach kids. They have to have a passion to be there for kids. They have to have a passion to understand what kids go through. Probably 6 years ago, when I first went in this program, I had one mentee. Now I have 5, probably the most in the school that people make fun of. But I love kids. They understand that I'm there for them, and I want to see them succeed in high school and beyond high school.
As a mentee, do you feel that you've had an impact on your mentor?
Of course. I think, no, I'm just joking. But I think like every time we're in his office or we're just like, hanging out and he's not in a good mood, I'm like, usually that person, like when I'm with him, I make him laugh and I make jokes and we just have a good time. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun, and it's vice versa. Like when I'm in a bad mood, he'll make jokes and I'll feel a lot better about the situation, and I'll get over it and I wouldn't even think about it.
I definitely think I've had an impact on my mentor, same as he's had an impact on me. Like I said, we've had a strong relationship for a long time, and he's watched me grow up into the person I am today, and he's played a very big part in who I am today, and I appreciate that, and I know he appreciates his role in my life, and it's definitely something where a couple years down the line, I'll definitely appreciate it even more, and I know he'll appreciate that he helped me become the person I am today.
As a mentor, do you feel you have had an impact on your mentee, and has your mentee had an impact on you?
My mentees have definitely had an impact on me. Like I said, I became a teacher because I love kids. Both my parents were phys ed teachers. My father was a phys ed teacher for 34 years. My mother a phys ed teacher for 31 years. And I love this profession. Ever since being in the mentoring program, I even love kids more because I feel like I'm there for them. I feel like they understand that. I feel like they have some place to go to when they have issues. And I just love doing what I do.
Would you encourage your friends to join the mentoring program at Baldwin High School?
Yeah, I would encourage your friend because, like, you always want somebody there. Like, sometimes friends could be there, but you always want somebody that's older to give you better advice. Like, sometimes friends don't know what you need to know, so you always want somebody older than you to give you better advice. Like Burton, he gives me better advice. Even if I do go to my friends, I still have a second advice, which is better. So, and you can have somebody to be there by your side and to always hear you out, because sometimes friends are not always there for you.
I definitely think it's a good thing for everybody. Having a mentor doesn't necessarily mean you're coming from a bad situation. It doesn't mean you're a bad kid. It's just it's good to have someone there for you, and it's good for someone to stay on top of you, because as kids we're all going to make decisions that we shouldn't make, and it's good to have that person that's here that's only here to help you. They're on the same team as you, and when a situation presents itself, you know you can always go there to them.
I would definitely recommend my friends to do the mentor-mentee program because like I have friends who actually need guidance, and the mentors at the school, such as Burton, they really help you guys out, and they just make you a better person, just not a better student, but a better person.
Most definitely, because a lot of people in this school, especially some of my friends, need guidance. And I would definitely encourage a lot of people to get.
Yes, because it's a fun experience. You have someone to talk to, you have someone to joke around with you have someone that's always there. It's just a great experience. I think everybody needs an older, wiser person to be there for you when your parents are not there, your friends aren't there. So yeah, I would encourage my friends to do it.
Has being a mentor made you a better educator?
Definitely, it's made me a better educator and a better person. I think I'm more understanding in what these kids go through on a daily basis. You know, unfortunately, everybody isn't the same. Everybody doesn't come from the same lifestyles. But I've become very understanding with my mentees. Every day is something different. They have different problems that they come to me with. I try to teach them responsibility like I've stressed in the past. And they know that, you know, I'm hard on them, but hopefully they understand and they'll come back in a couple of years and thank me for how I was with them.
Has being a mentee made you a better student?
I definitely think it has. Like I said, it's great to have someone on top of you, and you know, everyone in school, there's certain things that you do that you shouldn't do. There's certain things that you need, like I said, the voice of reason to make sure to stay on top of you and make sure those things don't become bad habits. And it's a big thing to realize that your mentor is only here to help you, and they have to stay on top of you. That's their job, and it's very important. And I think it's good to just know that someone's always checking on me, because you're always on your A game when someone's watching.
Absolutely, it's definitely made me a better student. Like I said before, it's just someone else besides your parents to make sure you're doing the right thing. So when Burton tells me to do my work, it's like I actually have to do it, and it just makes me a better student. I pay more attention, and he checks up on me to make sure everything is good with my teachers.
Yeah, it helps me because when I'm in a situation and I'm really mad or I'm really sad, you know what I mean, and I really don't trust people that easy, I can actually go to Burton and talk to him about it, and he'll calm me down, make me feel better, because obviously you're in high school, you're gonna have teenage problems and issues, and it's really anybody you can go and talk to. So I'm happy that I actually have somebody to go and talk to and calm me down.
I'm not sure it's made me a better student, but I think it's made me a better person.